Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I started to film a video, the fourth in a series, looking at more of these flashcards for United States citizenship, and the neighbor started leaf blowing. And it was really loud, so I had to stop. But let's get back to it. Okay, we're missing one. So we have gone through these now 3 times. This is our fourth. And I put this down because I just wanted something cozy. Okay. Oh, wait, let me make sure. Okay. So, question 79. Who was the president during World War I? Who was the president during World War I? I got this wrong. I've watched a lot of shows. I watched a movie about World War I and still, I don't know, my brain couldn't get it. But it is Woodrow Wilson, president during World War I. I only got through 3 cards before the leaf blower started. Who was the president during the Great Depression and World War II? Who was the president during the Great Depression and World War II? That is FDR, Franklin Roosevelt. Okay. Who was also president for, I think, 4 terms? That was before they put in term limits. Who did the United States fight in World War II? I guess this is where we left off. I hadn't answered this yet, and the leaf blower started. Who did the United States fight during World War II? Well, they fought Hitler in Germany, Hirohito, I think is his name, in Japan, and Mussolini in Italy. I can't think of his name, but there's a guy, he does a minute by minute of Pearl Harbor. He does some really good kind of history of that stuff on YouTube. I can't think of what his name is. Oh, sorry. I didn't double check because I know I'm right. Japan, Germany, and Italy. Yep. Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in? I used to have a plate, maybe I still have it, I don't know, that had Eisenhower and his wife. It was from the 1950s. I just had it because I bought it at a estate sale. So he was president during, I think, the Korean War. Is that right? Or maybe there wasn't a war during his presidency. I don't know. So I would say he was probably in World War II. That would be my guess. Yep, World War II. And there's a picture of him. Only because I know he was president in the 50s, I think. Okay. During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States? Well, I'll give you a second to think of your answer while I think of mine. I mean, they were concerned about nuclear attacks from Russia and I guess communists, because they were in Cuba too. Communists and nuclear attacks, I think, would be my answer. Communism, yeah. All right. And this is a picture of Germans from East and West stand on the Berlin Wall in front of Brandenburg Gate in this November 10th, 1989 photo. I remember this so clearly. I was a senior in high school. November, yeah. No, I would have already graduated. I would have just graduated high school. Yeah. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? What movement tried to end racial discrimination? That would be the civil rights movement. Yep, civil rights movement. What is this picture of? Demonstrators at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in Washington, D.C., August 28, 1963. And it says, "We demand equal rights now." What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? And this has an asterisk, which means it's kind of a easier question. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Well, he fought for civil rights. He preached nonviolence as a way of protest. He gave the "I Have a Dream" speech on the mall in Washington, D.C., and he was assassinated in 1968. Is that right? He fought for civil rights. He worked for equality for all Americans. There he is. Well, I should have gotten extra credit. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? Well, we had a terrorist attack on airplanes that were aimed at the Pentagon. One was aimed at the White House, but the people on board the plane went after the terrorists, and it went down over Pennsylvania. And then the planes that went into the World Trade Center. A very horrifying day. I did a video on it once with Time Magazine from the day after. I think it was the day after. Yeah. And there were some really rude comments on that, which I was surprised by. Terrorist attack on the United States. Yep. Okay. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Oh. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. I think I can do better than one. I'll let you think about it. While I think about it. Okay, well, Navajo, Hopi, Comanche. Cherokee. I have to go up to Huron. To go up to Michigan and think. Hold on. The Chippewa. In Arizona, the Pueblo. Well, up in Alaska. I guess I can't think of the name of the tribes in Alaska. I should know that. I should know that. I can't think of them. And there's so many in Michigan. I'm blanking right now. I gotta think of the song, the Edmund Fitzgerald. Maybe I said that one. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Ooh, there are a lot. Okay. Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux, of course, Chippewa, Choctaw, yeah. Pueblo, Apache, Iroquois, Creek, Blackfeet, Seminole, Cheyenne, Arawak, Shawnee, Mohegan, Huron, Oneida, Lakota, Crow, Teton, Hopi, Inuit. All right, well, got some of those. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. Okay, let's try to name them both. Name one of the two longest rivers. Well, the Mississippi was one. The Snake. Hold on, I've got them. Oh, you can't see the rivers here. They're too small. I can't see them. I'm not sure actually, but Mississippi anyway. The Mississippi and the Missouri. Okay, yeah, that runs into. Okay. Well, what ocean is on the west coast of the United States? The west coast of the United States. What ocean? That's the Pacific. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? The east coast ocean is the Atlantic. That we could look at pretty easily. So over here is the Pacific Ocean, and over here is the Atlantic Ocean. Name one U.S. territory. Name one U.S. territory. Well, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, the island, Samoa. The islands out there in the Pacific that they, Pearl Harbor, Marietta. I think it's Marietta. Is that those? Am I getting confused? Let's look here. Do they tell us? Nope. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything. Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands. Then maybe those aren't the same ones. I'm thinking of the ones from Pearl Harbor. What were they called? The Marshall Islands. Where are the I'm not sure. Guam. I'm going to have to look up that. Okay. Name one state that borders Canada. Well, we can name a lot of them. We've got Michigan, Minnesota, New York, Wyoming, Washington, North Dakota. Oh, Maine. Does North Dakota? Hold on. We got a map. We've got Maine, Vermont, New York, Michigan, not Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, not Wyoming, whoops, Idaho, wow, look, a little tiny, a little bit Idaho, Washington. So I got Wyoming wrong, that wasn't right. All right, interesting. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania. Where is Pennsylvania? I don't see it. Is it? Huh. Yeah. It says Pennsylvania. I don't see where it must be. I don't know. That's funny. Ohio. Wait, what's the question? Name one state that borders Canada. Where does Ohio? I'm so confused. Michigan, yes. Minnesota, yeah. North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, Alaska, obviously Alaska. What's up with Ohio and Pennsylvania? Somebody fill me in. Look, where do they border it? I don't see it. Okay, well, I must need a better map. Interesting. Huh. Oh, there you go. Name one state that borders Mexico. Well, Arizona, Texas, California. California, Arizona. Oh, New Mexico. I forgot New Mexico. Whoops. So here's Mexico. We have Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. They all border. Oops. Okay. What is the capital of the United States? The capital of the United States. That is the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. Yeah. Where is the Statue of Liberty? Where is the Statue of Liberty? Well, it's off of New York City in Staten Island. Sorry. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second. I'm blanking the name of the island. It's not Staten. It's not Staten Island. No, wait. I don't know my New York stuff very well. Oh my gosh. I feel kind of dumb. I feel like I should know that. It wasn't too long ago. I was near there. Staten Island. Is that right? Okay, let's see. New York Harbor. Liberty Island. Okay, Liberty Island. That's the word. Also acceptable are New Jersey, near New York City, okay, and on the Hudson River. Okay, so they will accept New York Harbor, Liberty Island, New Jersey, near New York City, and on the Hudson River. Okay, well, I don't know if I got any of those, except near New York City. Okay, why does the flag have 13 stripes? I did a video all about the flag if you're curious and want to help lock this down. The flag has 13 stripes for the 13 original colonies. Because there were 13 original colonies, because the stripes represent the original colonies. Yep, okay. Why does the flag have 50 stars? And this has an asterisk because it's a little easier. 50 stars for the 50 states. Because there is one star for each state. Because each star represents a state. Because there are 50 states. Yep. What is the name of the national anthem? I hate it when I see a question. I'm like, duh, and then I go, wait, I don't know. Hold on. Give me a minute. The Star Spangled Banner. Whew. I was like, wait, my country does something. What is it? The Star Spangled Banner. Yes. Okay. I had one of those moments like, oh no. Oh, look, wait. So what are these? I don't know. We're almost there, guys. When do we celebrate Independence Day? And that has an asterisk. When do we celebrate Independence Day? That would be July 4th. July 4th. Yep. Name 2 U.S. national holidays. 2. Well, one of them's today. Okay, 2. Well, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Columbus Day, which is today, Martin Luther King Jr., President's Day. I think President's Day. I don't know if that's what I call it anymore. Labor Day, Memorial Day. yeah. Oh, Veterans Day. Is Memorial Day. I guess Memorial Day. I wish I told you how many there are. By the way, somebody mentioned that this test is a multiple choice test. It is not. It is not multiple choice. That is incorrect. Oh, here we go. Okay, New Year's Day, Martin Luther King, President's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day. I forgot that, and they just asked a question. Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So, yeah, okay. So what is this card? Look, it says 1787, and it says the Constitution was written. Oh, that's the question. Just 1787. What is? I don't know what this card is. In 1787, though, the Constitution was written. The Founding Fathers wrote the Constitution. But it's like not numbered question. I don't know. And it was sort of stuck to the bottom here when I opened these up. All right, so that is the original 100. However, I learned after I bought these cards that there are now 128 questions that you should study, and they will ask you 20, and you have to get 12 of them correct. And one of them will be written, like an essay kind of thing, or I don't know, just not essay, but a written answer. And so I looked up the other questions, and I have them here. Let me turn the brightness down just a little bit on this. Hold on, so it doesn't seem too harsh. Hold on, and make sure there are no pop-ups. Hold on. I have it on my iPad here. Okay. Okay, they changed the wording of a few questions, but it's pretty similar as far as these go. But then they added these ones. Okay. What is the form of government of the United States? And then they have swipe to reveal, so that's kind of fun. So I thought we'll go through these, hopefully. What is the form of government of the United States? Well, I made a video once and I said the U.S., just offhandedly, you know how I talk. I said the U.S. is a democracy, and for some reason, in the comments, there were a lot of people just kind of saying, wrong, not a democracy, it's a, what did they say, federal republic. And I was like, okay, I don't know, okay. So I didn't know why, but then some people said, well, it's a representative democracy. So I don't know, I guess I should look those things up a little more carefully. But it definitely has a political bent to it, and I'm not sure why. I don't know. So those are my answers. Because I remember going, oh, I should look all that up. A republic. Oh, no, that's what, maybe, I don't know. A constitution-based federal republic. A representative democracy. Oh, Cooper just walked in. Hey, Coop. You want to come see everybody? Come here. You want to come up? Come on. Maybe we can get Cooper to sit with us. Come on, baby. Come on. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? Hold on. While you do that, come here. Okay, Cooper. Come on, Cooper. Nope, he says no. He doesn't want to be on camera. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is in what founding document? The Declaration of Independence? Cooper said yes. Yeah, the Declaration of Independence. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? Well, do you hear Cooper? I don't know why. Okay, Coop. Shush. Well, the representatives are the House members, so they serve a very, a lot smaller. You have a lot more of them. So I would assume I don't really know. Why do U.S. representatives serve? I'm not really sure what the answer is. To more closely follow public opinion. Okay, yeah. I mean, I was kind of thinking that. I just didn't quite know how to say it. The President of the United States can only serve 2 terms. Why? Can only serve 2 terms. Why? Well, I think the reason they made an amendment about it was to keep the president from becoming too powerful. So that's my answer. Because of the 22nd Amendment and to keep the president from becoming too powerful. So, I showed you my Comic Sans Constitution. I think it's like this because I asked for a large print, and I don't know. No person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of president more than once. So in other words, if you took it over as vice. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of president when this article was proposed by the Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of president or acting as president during the term within which this article becomes operative. You'd think that could have just been an aside because that's not necessary. So there's that. That is the 22nd Amendment. Okay. Why is the Electoral College important? Why is the Electoral College important? Well, it's important because it decides who's elected president. Like when you vote, you're kind of voting for the Electoral College to use your vote. I did a thing on that too. It decides who is elected president. It provides a compromise between the popular election of president and the congressional selection. Yeah. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? I would think just a majority. Just a simple majority, right? I don't know that. I don't know. 5. Oh. 5. Okay. Yeah. So more than half. All right. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? I don't know. Why? They serve for life. These questions seem hard, don't they? Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? You guys know the answer to that? I know someone who does know the answer, but she's not here right now. To be independent of politics. Oh, right, yes. The idea is that if they're in that duty for life, then they don't have to worry about being reelected. And so they will be completely independent from what's going on in politics. That's what it should be. Okay, I won't talk about that. To limit outside political influence. That's the idea. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? Oh my gosh, you guys. This seems way hard to me. 10th Amendment says when they have to, the president and vice president have to switch to the new ones. Is that it? If states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, I was on the 20th. Here we go, the 10th. Oops. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. The power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution. Okay. It states that the power is not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. Okay. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? Well, it pays for the government to keep running. Federal taxes? Is that what they're asking? Yeah. Pays for the military, pays for everything that just keeps the government running. Required by law. Oh, yeah, that's true. All people pay to fund the federal government. Required by the U.S. Constitution, the 16th Amendment. It's your civic duty. Yes. So taxes stink, but they're kind of necessary to keep the government running. But also the government needs to rein in waste. The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. The Boston Tea Party. Many. Name one. They had a bunch. Declaration of Independence. The Battle of Bunker Hill. Declaration of Independence. Washington crossing the Delaware, or the Battle of Trenton. Battle of Saratoga. Valley Forge encampment. Battle of Yorktown. British surrender at Yorktown. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't have all those battles. When we were kids, my dad used to love going to battle, grounds, whatever. And a lot of times they're just empty fields with a sign. And he'd sit there and read the sign to us, and we'd be like, boring. But I bet I've been to all of these. Why were the Federalist Papers important? Oh boy, okay. We need to learn. I was looking for my little book. We could look up the Federalist Papers, because am I crazy? Are these questions way harder? Well, we should read these Federalist Papers. They help people understand the U.S. Constitution. They supported passing the U.S. Constitution. You know what I'm looking for is that little book I have. Where is it? What the heck? Hold on. I cleaned up and now I can't find anything. Okay, well, I was going to get my book of cultural literacy. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Well, he wrote the Constitution. I mean, Declaration of Independence. He was a writer of the Declaration of Independence. He was the third president of the United States. He doubled the size of the United States with the Louisiana Purchase. First Secretary of State. Founded the University of Virginia. Writer of the Virginia Statute on Religious Freedom. Wow. Okay. Wow. We got to study these ones, guys. I meant to say Declaration of Independence. I did know that one. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. Writing the Constitution. He was one of those. And he was president. I think he was the third president. Father of the Constitution, fourth president of the United States. Was he the third? Is that where I got that? Yep, okay. President during the War of 1812. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers. All right. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. Well, he also helped write the Constitution. he got in that shootout with, what's his name, Polk. First Secretary of Treasury, one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Oh, he was a member of the Continental. Wait. Helped establish the first Bank of the United States. Aide to General George Washington, member of the Continental Congress. I thought he... Father of the Constitution. I thought we read on one of these cards that he helped write the Constitution. Am I crazy? Along with, like, Bluebees or something. All right, my answer's wrong. This is the right one. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Well, the Emancipation Proclamation at the end of it. Lots of battles. What do they want? Antietam. The bloodiest one day in U.S. history. Civil or battle, I think. At least that's what I learned in high school. I'm trying to think. The Battle of Fort Sumter, Emancipation Proclamation, Battle of Vicksburg, Battle of Gettysburg, right? I should know that. Sherman's March, surrender at Appomattox, Battle of Antietam or Sharpsburg, and Lincoln was assassinated. Okay. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? I don't know, but we're going to have to look at that. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? The 14th Amendment. All right. I might have to do a video on that because that's kind of, apropos to right now, isn't it? Like everything. This one. All persons born or naturalized in the U.S. and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the U.S. and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the U.S. That's interesting. I know I should know all that stuff. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. Well, he was a general, I think, during World War II. He was the president of the United States. I don't know. General during World War II, president at the end and during the Korean War, 34th president of the United States. Oh yeah, I should have known this one. Signed the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956 that created the interstate system. I did a video all about the interstate system, and we talked about that. And that was a long time ago I made that video. I've kind of forgotten. Name one U.S. military. And by the way, people told me that I was really wrong about a lot of things in that video, so take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. I studied for it. It's called U.S. Interstates or something. I thought it was pretty interesting. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11th, 2001 attacks. Well, the Gulf War is one. The Persian Gulf War. The Iraq. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Global War on Terror. War in Afghanistan, War in Iraq. That's the Persian Gulf, right? I don't know. Gosh. Name one example of an American innovation. Well, what do they mean by that? We've got a lot of, computers. The car, telephone, electricity. Is that what they're getting at here? Let's see. Light bulb, automobile, skyscrapers, airplane, assembly line, yeah. Landing on the moon, integrated circuit. Okay. Integrated circuit. Yeah, assembly line, sure. That's Ford. Airplanes, skyscrapers. I don't know. Don't you feel like it's not a great example, but the Leaning Tower piece is kind of a skyscraper. I mean, it is leaning, but automobile, light bulb. Okay. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? Uh-oh. 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 This is one of those, like, I know it's in my brain. I'm sure if I saw it, I'd go, oh yeah, that's what that is. E pluribus unum. One. Unum's got to be like one. Pluribus is plural, right? So, in many one, something. What the heck? Out of, you guys, I just figured that out. Out of many one, we all become one. Our nation needs to relearn this. Obviously, I need to relearn it, but out of many one. We need to be strong together instead of all this inner fighting. That's it, but I know there should be 8. There should be, this is 100, right? So there are 28 more. What? It says other newly added questions touch on significances of Memorial Day, Veterans Day, why the U.S. entered World War I, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, when all men and women got the right to vote, how people can become U.S. citizens, why each state has 2 senators, the power of Congress, and documents that inspired the U.S. Constitution. You know what? Maybe I'll look up all these things and make a separate video just about these other questions because they don't have that here. I don't know why they didn't just give them all to us. Some questions that appeared in 2008 version of the test were removed. This includes almost all geography questions, like naming border states for Canada and Mexico, one of the nation's longest rivers. Oh, we did those. And oceans on either coast. Other snubs include, all right, let's see what they changed. What is one right of freedom of the First Amendment? What is freedom of religion? So they got rid of the First Amendment question? What? Freedom of speech, religion. What is freedom of religion? They got rid of that. That's your freedom to practice religion or not practice religion without government interference. What are the 2 major political parties? What is the political party the president now? What is one responsibility that is only for U.S. citizens? What? Name one problem that led to the Civil War. That's interesting. Okay. So I still don't. So some of these won't be on it. And we still have more. This is going to be 500 videos. So what I found out is it's kind of hard to study for this exam. Where do I get a full list? Anyway, maybe I'll take a little screenshot of this in case I decide to use it later. All right. Well, there we go. I didn't do as good, I don't think, on them. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Nobody's letting me know how they're doing. How did you guys do on all these? Was it kind of hard?